All right, hello everybody. It's Friday night, silly shill show time. We've got Schrodinger's cat joining us, and we've got a lot of stupid to take a look at. So let me pass it over to Dead Kennedy in space, and he can take us around the table and see who's here.
Hello, freak bitches. How is everyone doing today?
Hey.
So looks like we've got a pretty good show planned. I guess we're down a video, but that just means maybe we watch more than like half a minute of one of the videos. We'll figure something out. And we've also got Schrodinger's cat as a guest, which is always awesome. So I'm really looking forward to tonight. But let's go around the table here. Usually I ask Dick how he is, but I think he's going to step away for a moment. So instead, I'll go down the list to Ilya. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
I am just sitting here ready for this great show. We are doing a gong show, so I will be posting the buzz in and the code in the side chat throughout the night. So definitely join in and let us know if you like what you're hearing or not. Also, keep in mind that Sunday is the second episode of the Uncalled For, so be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a great show. We have some really misogynistic, narcissistic men that we're going to tear apart this Sunday, and it's going to be a great time.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. The first episode was absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And we also have joining us from the distant past, Logical Troglodyte. How are you today, sir?
We're doing pretty good. Had a little bit of a hiccup in my dyno tech, which has kind of derailed a couple of the videos I was working on, but I have my scientists in Cave Town and their laboratories working diligently to fix that for me. So please don't throw rotten tomatoes our way. Those videos will be coming soon. We just received a note in the background that Blue Earth Thing will be going live in a couple hours, sounds like directly after the Shills. So do check him out. And in the meantime, while I can't make videos, I'm doing some live stuff. So later this evening, I will be on Size Strike's movie night. Yay!
Nice. That's awesome. Oops. Looking forward to that. Also, yeah, if Blue Earth Thing is going live after us, definitely check him out. If people haven't seen, I hosted a debate with him just recently between himself and a Apollo moon hoaxer, and that was a lot of fun. Maybe one of the best debates that's actually been on my channel, because it was actually a debate, because they don't show up for me. But definitely check that out. And we also have Sarcastic Barman in the house. How are you today, sir?
Good evening, Squire. I'm absolutely buzzing. Had a nice premiere video. Plodding along now. Got a shout out on the guy whose video I took a clip of on his radio show. Tweeted me out on Twitter as well. So I'm like, yay! Hopefully lots more subs coming out. So, yeah, really chuffed at that. I've just dropped his Twitter link in Twitter if people want to go and say hello to him. But yeah, apart from that, I am absolutely buzzing. And it's Friday night and the Shills are on, so how could I not be buzzing? It's the first Friday night I've done since we've changed the time. So it's like, yay, have to be here for this.
Oh, I know how you feel. I'm super stoked myself. Yeah. And also joining us from the lovely land of Vietnam, Steaming Cup of Reason. How are you today?
I'm doing really good, Kevin. How are you, man?
I am doing all right, thank you. I'll be honest, it's been a terrible day, but it's great now to be on the Shills.
Awesome. I've been having not too bad of a day myself. I've been actually, I just got up. What am I talking about? But yeah, I just finished scripting my first episode of the new Pain of Progress series. So that'll be going up hopefully tomorrow. And we're going to be alternating between myself and Thor, Logic of the Gods. I'll do this one, he'll do next one, back and forth. So it's going to be a good series. And other than that, trying to get into some live stuff, but the usual.
All right, excellent. I really look forward to that Pain of Progress series. And I think Dick is back, but before I ask him how he's doing, let me get to Aimee Hogan, who's keeping an eye on the chat. How are you today, Aimee?
Hello. I am great, thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. Everything is going great here. I'm very excited about a good show tonight. I'm excited about Sunday, and I'm also excited about being on Size Strike's movie night tonight. So that's going to be great. Thank you.
Awesome. You and Logical. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. And let's get to the guest of the evening, Schrodinger's cat. Maybe he's here, maybe he's not. You can never really tell with him. How are you today, sir?
I am excellent as always. I am super thrilled to be here. I would be here every night if I could. I'm coming to you from the Residence Inn in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, because as I say, submarines don't fix themselves, and I like money. So I had a new video out here about 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm working on another one about a sovereign citizen who would rather argue with the police on the side of the road than take his friend to the hospital, who's in desperate need of medical attention.
Wow.
So yeah, I'll be working on that as I get time. I'm sitting at about 920 subscribers, so help me out, guys.
Yeah, someone plug Schrodinger's channel in the chat.
Trying to get to that magic number.
He's that close. Maybe, hopefully, this will help out in the near future. I've been wanting to do a series of debate analysis videos, not only my own debates, but others that I really enjoyed. So I was going to go back to you and do another one for you of your debate with Marilyn Spirit Level, because that was absolutely amazing.
That would be great. Actually, I have another one I'm negotiating on modern day debates with a First Amendment auditor.
Ooh.
So yeah, he's agreed to come on. We're just trying to hammer out the date.
Nice. Awesome. I look forward to that.
Yep. Again, thrilled to be here.
Absolutely. Glad to have you, man. So Dick Dawson, I think he came back to us there, right?
I am back, actually. And it's nice to be back. How's it going, everybody? Crazy over here for a minute there. I got pulled away.
It happens. What's new in your world?
Oh, just gearing up for a couple more episodes of that new little series I started, Simple Thoughts with Dick Dawson. And I'm going to get the background production and the setup and everything ready for the talk show that'll be coming to the channel, the network here, coming up very soon. So lots going on, lots of cool stuff coming. So keep your eyes open, everybody. It's going to be some good stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of really great series coming out. It's like I've gone back in time to when like literally all TV was good, and there was like 5 or 6 shows that were just starting, and you couldn't figure out which ones to watch.
Yeah, that really gives you that feeling. I agree, 100%.
It's like right before the writer's strike. That was the golden age. So we have some videos for tonight, right? Or have I went around the table. I didn't miss anyone. You know what? I did. I've done a terrible thing. Hashtag what about Boole? How are you today, sir?
No.
I am good, and I was waiting for you to get to me because I have some exciting news for the audience tonight.
Yay.
As Aimee reads out your chats, they will also appear on screen. Additionally, if you use the following hashtag that I'm going to put in the YouTube chat, which is the Silly Shills Live, in Twitter, those tweets might be selected to appear on screen, as well as the post from our Facebook page, The Shills. So those 3 sources are now going to appear in the feed with selectivity by Aimee Hogan. So if you're nice to Aimee, maybe she'll put your comments up on the screen.
You have to be nice.
Yes, you must be nice.
Be nice to the land whale matriarch. What did Validation Boy call you?
The whore matriarch, and I was a land whale, and I was, a whore and all that stuff.
And everything else misogynistic that one can think of.
Exactly.
I do got to say though that first episode of the Uncalled For with everyone ripping apart Validation Boy was too good. It was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Every now and then I laugh because I remember one of the times that someone called pause and everyone just went, his eyelashes just look lovely.
Right. We really, really appreciate it. I know that Aimee and I were very excited and put a lot of thought into how we wanted to present it. And I think it came across in a very funny and witty way. So thank you.
Absolutely.
I bet you could really trigger him if you send him a message and ask him what brand of mascara he uses.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's see then. So we do have a couple. Please call validation Chipmunk by his corrected name. That's funny, Jinzu. So we do have a couple videos to get to. Do we have a particular order, or are we choosing that on the spot?
We can choose that on the
Actually,
spot.
not sure.
I don't actually have them in
Well-
any particular order. I will read the titles and let you guys decide. So we have
Scary.
why Apollo 11's Earthrise picture is a huge red flag. We also had some truths you probably don't want to hear.
At least there's something in that that's true. I don't want to hear it.
And then there's a flat Earth challenge to every pilot on Earth.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge. I like challenge.
I like challenge, but I've been digging on Apollo a lot lately because of that debate. So my vote's going for Apollo.
Ooh, I do like Apollo as well.
I'll
Oh,
vote
no,
Apollo
that's
first.
Polos I like.
I'll vote in Apollo first. That's where I'm going to throw mine on this one.
Okay, so we got 2 for Apollo, 2 for challenge. Any other takers?
I'll break the tie. We'll go with Apollo.
Apollo.
All right.
Decision,
All right. Well,
decision.
with that then, with 3, with 3, I'm going to say that's good unless anyone has any objections.
Gavel's down.
I'm happy.
I have nothing gavel-like to hit, so I just hit my knee with my fist.
There you go.
All right.
Just take your microphone.
Oh my God, you're right.
So Apollo 11 it is.
But before we do,
right.
I'm so sorry. We just have a super chat real quick
Oh, yes.
from Godless Scummer. For £2, he says Corona with lime on the go for the shills. Thank you so much, Godless Scummer. I so appreciate it. And also,
that's a
before we
good one.
get started, thank you. And before we get started, too, thank you so much, Schrodinger, for coming on. I didn't get to that part when I was doing my roundup. I was just all messed up here, so sorry about that. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And that just reminds me that super chat. Have they tried lime for the coronavirus and see if that helps?
Oh, I should have brought that
Here.
up. Jeez.
You know what? Coronavirus could blow over tomorrow, but that beer may never recover.
Nope. Nope. Its share price is so down on the parent company, it's ridiculous.
Is it actually?
They did take, obviously I did this on the video, they took a huge hit in November before the coronavirus came out, and it started to come back up, and now they're looking at less than a quarter of what they were worth 4 months ago.
Oh my
But
God.
Wow.
That's so silly. Because they share an arbitrary name with it?
That's just moronic.
But luckily,
Because
the
people are
company
stupid.
sorry. Luckily, the company that makes Corona or owns Corona in its portfolio also makes Bud Light, Hoegaarden.
Okay.
That's so fun.
So the company itself should recover. Otherwise, Bud is going up for sale, and they're a European country as well. So
All right. Fair enough. Yeah, they'll be fine then.
Well,
Yeah.
here in Vietnam, the coronavirus is a pretty serious scare, and people are not really buying anything that isn't local or made in Vietnam. They're just not trusting it from outside. Normally here by the river, I can see 4, 5, 6 container ships coming in the harbor every day. I see about 1 or 2 a week now.
Wow.
Wow.
That
We
does
have a-
not surprise me. It's freaking everybody out, especially because the government in China is not dealing with the situation very well. Let's just say that.
The school's
couple of
here been
hours-
closed for a month now, and they're talking about another month.
fudge. A couple of our regulars who come in the pub drive trucks, and yeah, they finished early this week. The week before, they were sort of off because they're not having as many container ships coming over from China because they're not importing as much because it's all come from China. They said, no, you can't have that much this year. I'm like, oh, okay then. And it's putting people out of work and less pay, which is crap for me because then they got less money spent in the pub.
Yeah. Yeah, make a big difference.
I really hope this this coronavirus thing gets under control soon. But in the meantime, we did have a video we were going to get to, didn't we?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Sorry, we went on a tangent.
Yes, that was very. So, ready? Here we go, guys.
Let's do it.
Bring the pain.
But one thing that I find odd about the moon is that you can zoom in and get so much detail using a Nikon P900 or P1000. Mine's a Nikon P900, and that's how I was able to get in and capture this much detail looking at the moon where it's supposed to be 238,000 miles away.
Pause.
I find that to be a little odd.
What are you finding to be a little odd, you crazy little man, that you've got a good zoom on your camera, even if it's a bit of a shit camera?
I have a prediction.
Let's be fair, the craters he's looking at, they're not particularly fucking small. I know the moon's 238,000 miles away, but it's also a quarter of the size of Earth. These craters are fucking big, you dickhead. What are you expecting?
When you zoom in on something, you can see it better. I'm calling bullshit too. I'm with D Marble.
Well, I think I know what he's doing here. I think what he's going to say is he's going to pull up Earthrise and say, why can't I get more detail by zooming in on this picture? I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to say there's not enough detail in Earthrise.
Jesus.
Which,
They
makes
weren't
no
stupid
sense.
enough to bring a P900.
God, imagine someone introducing him to telescopes you could connect up to your camera and stuff like that. He'd fucking shit himself.
Well,
My God, I can see my penis.
Problem
My
is,
camera only has-
you wouldn't know which end of the telescope to connect the camera to.
yeah, exactly, right?
I only have 40 times zoom on my camera, and I can see craters in the moon just fine.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need some kick-ass equipment to bring that to the level he's looking at, because as we can see, a P900 can do it. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, to kind of to go by what Barman was saying about, like, you know, how big these craters are and everything. Tycho crater, the one with all the white lines coming away from it, is how diameter of 86 kilometers. Yeah, it's not exactly, you know, like house size.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not Meteor Crater in Arizona, guys. Seriously.
Yeah, no, this isn't the long forgotten hole that some redneck dug in his backyard trying to make a pool for his family. I mean, come on.
I have another prediction. My other prediction, to go off the one Kevin had, he's gonna say, "Why can't he see the landing sites?" I'm predicting that.
Oh.
Good
you
call.
Mean,
Good
you mean
call.
the Hollywood gouges? The Hollywood gouges, right?
I watched one the other day, and not a word of the lie says, oh, I've got my P900, and look, I can't see a flag on the moon. Can you? And I'm thinking, you absolute fucking numpty. Jesus wept.
Wow.
Man.
That's incredible. It's
Can
like,
you imagine the size of the lens you would have to strap onto a P900 to make it?
do you remember how everyone used to say that you could see the Great Wall of China from space? And it wasn't really until we had the ISS live feed that everyone found out, kinda. Like,
Yeah.
you can, but it's basically indistinguishable from any other river.
No,
Yeah.
I've had a question on my quiz before now, and it's, if you are standing on the moon, what man-made object can you see? And I had people in the quiz who put Great Wall of China, and I was like, nope. They said satellites. I was like, nope. They said, well, what can you see then? Well, if you stood in the right crater, you'll see like the leftovers from all the Apollo missions, and they were not impressed. They were not impressed.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you would see the descent module. Amy,
Yeah,
you wanted
there
to
you
get
go.
right? Audience interactions, maybe?
Yes, please. I have great comments from the audience as usual. I have from Glober Mom. I wonder who buffs VB's head for him. And then Ugly German True says car wash. And then I have from Mr. Victory. I still think Validation Boy is actually Tammy Faye. We need the Scooby Doo gang to unmask VB. And then Godless Scummer says, so coronavirus isn't a marketing campaign for beer. DKG Custom says D Marble at his best. Phil Black has said D Marble blocked me on Facebook. The man is a fraud. And Jin Shu says, oh, for fuck's sake, I work with this tit. and I am the otter of my own feet says, no, this dumb shit again. No.
Oh, we should make a conspiracy video that Miller Lite named the coronavirus.
It's beer war. That's funny.
How many flat earthers would we get to buy into that? Pretty much all of them.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Too
I mean,
funny.
I've already seen, like, I haven't watched any of them, but I've seen thumbnails of like the coronavirus is a psyop, like crap like that.
Oh Jesus.
It, you know, people like 33UC and Russian vids and that, like that, everything's a conspiracy to them. But
so if they catch it, just don't go to the doctor, is what I would tell them.
Yeah.
That dumb fuck Barnabas Nagy already done a video calling it a hoax.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've got some predictions in. Should we see if they come true?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, now if you go back and look at some of my older videos, when I first got started with this flat earth stuff, I did one video where I drove out to an intersection. I recorded a trip meter down to the end of the road. I recorded a tree line. Now I zoomed in on that tree line. That tree line was only like 2.5 miles away. I zoom in on it, and there was so much atmospheric distortion to a point to where I couldn't get as much detail. So then what happened, I took the camera and I zoomed in on the moon. The moon just happened to be in the sky at the same time, so I tilt the camera upward and zoom in on the moon, and I could get better detail on the moon than I could on a tree line that was 2.5 miles away. So I found that to be a little odd. Another thing, while I got it paused here, that I find to be a little fascinating about the moon, actually.
The moon doesn't have a fucking atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schrodinger, did you just win that? Because he did it. He's expecting to see an 80-mile wide crater because he can see a 2.5 mile wide long tree line.
Yeah.
I'll give myself half credit for that.
All right.
It wasn't exactly what I said.
He may go further and completely prove you right later.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's coming. I mean, he's going to go through every standard BS, flat earth, nonsensical line of stupid that we've heard already, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yep. We've seen it all before. Logical, you wanted to get in here, right?
Yeah, actually, he is describing a bit of a pseudo experiment about, well, I can't see this, but I shouldn't be able to see that. But yet he's neglecting to give us all the variables. So what time of the day or night was it? What was the temperature where you were standing? What was the temperature of the air coming out of the trees? Because as we all know, in the summertime, it could be hot as hell where you're standing 2 miles away, but it's going to be a good 10, 15 degrees cooler with that breeze coming out of the woods. You know, what was the humidity level? You know, was it daylight? Was it nighttime? You know, he doesn't give us these variables because he doesn't want us to debunk them. But still, yeah, when you look lengthwise, you know, horizontally on the Earth, you're looking through a lot more atmosphere than when you're looking vertically.
That's what I was going to say too, Logical. If you're talking about 2.5 miles away and you're doing that side on through the densest part, the lowest part of the atmosphere versus pointing up towards the moon, we've got a serious difference in density to the atmosphere itself. Come on. That's not even hard to figure out, right?
Well,
right.
One other point you probably have to bring up, the tree line that's 2 and a bit miles away, what's lighting up that tree line? If there's no lights about and it's the moon, well, of course you're going to see stuff better on the object that's reflecting the light to fucking start with.
And that tree line is made up of a bunch of individual little trees, which are considerably smaller than the fucking moon.
Oh, I think I timed that perfectly. There was a comment then, would light pollution also be a factor? Yay, tripping forward, you're sorted, mate. Sorry.
I like that. I kind of want to read it out. Something Ugly German Truth said. It's like a version of a joke I've heard before. Why can't women parallel park? Because they've been lied to all their lives about how long 10 inches is. My favorite reverse sexism joke ever.
Seems legit.
That's funny. Well,
all right. Well, should we get back to it and see if anybody else gets proven right?
Like a babbling brook, I'm sure he's got more.
Is that you can zoom in, get all this detail right here. You see the different shadows and the craters and all that. But then when you back up, you lose the detail, and at this point, it just turns into another light in the sky. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, so let's move on.
This is painful.
So
But why do we only see one side of the moon? That's what we're gonna explore here real quick. And the answer is tidal locking, according to the globe model. And this is a article from phys.org, because, you know, Earth, the globe model is all about.
So, D-Marble, I know you don't accept this, but it doesn't matter because it's a reality. We can see the rotation of other moons in the solar system, and we know for a fact that tidally locked moons are more common than moons that aren't.
That's right.
Tidal locking is a really common problem.
And some bodies are tidally locked to each other.
Yeah.
And just because you're going to hand wave it away doesn't make it not real, you know?
Yeah, he was just starting in with, because, you know, the globe model, and he was about to throw in some everybody's a lying shill that's promoting it or some type of remark, right? And that's all he has to do to wave off any real evidence. Oh, you're liars.
Oh, yeah. D-Marble, D for dumb fuck.
I mean, he's clearly defending his own ego by throwing in the lying, going to that route, because it's defending his own psyche from being attacked. As soon as he believes that people are lying, that means without having to prove it, he can dismiss whatever he wants.
Except those of us that want to hold his feet to the fire. But, you know, to be fair, I see people on our side call the flat earthers, or globe deniers as Monkey would call them, liars. But I object to that as well, because, you know, first you're going to have to show me evidence that they or we are intentionally telling you a falsehood, therefore lying, before you can actually use that to hand wave something away.
Mm-hmm.
But D-Marble's one of those rare flat earthers that I think he really believes it.
He does seem to. He's got that tone of voice and presentation that he seems to be taking it personally, that people will just not listen to him because he has the real knowledge and the superior position.
Well, I mean, he blocked me pretty quickly.
You'd have to have a certain level of intelligence and understanding about something to be able to lie about it.
Yeah, and he is quick with that hide button on his channel. I left 2 different messages on from two different accounts, my own and Logic and Reason, on this particular video, and he had them both hidden within 60 seconds.
And how does he get that green screen in his van down by the river?
The amazing things with technology these days. Aimee, you wanted to get in here, right?
Yes, please, because I have some great comments. He said, Ugly German Truth says, but that is from the usual guys that think everything has to be a conspiracy. Why take it serious? The real non sequitur says, I wish I was as simple as D-Ball. Life would be so much easier. Serve says he thinks that's good detail, but he'd be really surprised with how it looks close up. Mr. Victory says Drippy Marble is going to say the moon is a hologram. And then Bill Black has said Thompson under a sock account pointed out yesterday that he timed me out for asking in Glowbusters, how do I become a cult leader?
That's a good one.
That's awesome.
Oh, too funny, guys. Right on. Right on. Well,
Let's see what more stupid this guy has.
yeah.
Let's see what else he's got.
Physics. You know, you got to understand physics if you want to understand the globe model or how to debunk the globe model for sure. That's at least that's what they tell you. So it says just here, what is tidal locking? The moon is tidally locked to the Earth, which means that it always shows one face to our planet. In fact, this is the case for most the large moons in the solar system. What's the process going on to make this happen? And the short answer basically is gravity, but no, that's not it. Here's another explanation for it.
Entropy, but okay.
Tidal locking is the phenomenon by which a body has the same rotational period as its orbital period around a partner. So, the moon is tidally locked to the Earth because it rotates in exactly the same time as it takes to orbit the Earth. Now, that's another one of those coincidences in this whole globe model, and we got a whole bunch of them. Like, the sun and the moon just happen to look the same size, and when an eclipse occurs, it just happens to take place where the moon is perfectly aligned in front of the sun, although the sun is 93 million miles away and the moon's only 238,000 miles away, but they just look like they're the same size. You know, the sun is 400 times larger than the Earth. The moon is 4 times.
What a fucking dipshit. Holy crap. Have you ever been in a theater with a big ass fucking head in front of you in the way of the screen? You telling the motherfucker, hey, move, I can't see. Well, eclipses are kind of the same fucking thing, you idiot.
And I mean, has he never seen, like, how many eclipses has he seen? Because they're not perfect. They're not exactly the same size. Or
Right,
like,
they're not.
Yep.
What's
A lot
what's
of
the
that depends on where the moon is in its orbit. Is it a perigee or apogee?
Yeah. Well,
It's a weird
orbits are
coincidence.
fake because gravity is fake, logical.
It's a weird coincidence too that my thumb is the same angular size as the moon.
Right. Right. So I think Globermom nailed it there. D lost his marbles, doesn't understand scale. So it's another case of the flat earthers want everything to be small and comprehensible when in fact it's large and sometimes incomprehensible. And that's a shame, but you don't have to be scared of it, buddy.
I wonder if he knows that we can see more than 180 degrees of the moon because there is still a wobble to it.
I bet he does.
I think he's going for it's a disc.
Ooh, yeah, if he is, then we need to bring up the wobble then.
Yep.
He probably doesn't even know there is a wobble.
Probably not.
That's what, yeah.
Whipple wobble.
All right, more stupid.
And bring it on.
Let's
I
get on with it.
I prefer twerking, not wobble. Thank you.
The moon twerks once a month.
Too funny.
The moon has junk in its trunk.
It's related to Cyrus? Oh, no.
Well,
All right, should we get on with it then?
Yes, please.
Smaller than the Earth, so it just happens to work out that way. It's another one of those strange coincidences, much like this whole the moon is tidally locked to Earth because it rotates in exactly the same time as it takes to orbit the Earth. Okay? So it's perfect motion, perfect distance, perfect speed. Huge coincidence in my opinion. But okay, the answer to why we only see one side, tidal locking. So that's the first component. Now, let's briefly about Apollo 11, the moon mission that landed the first man, Neil Armstrong, on the surface of the moon, him and Buzz and Michael Collins, all right? They traversed the dangers of space, landed on the moon, made it back safe.
Just a technical note. Just a technical note. That's funny. Because I knew he was going to do this. Michael Collins did not walk on the moon. He remained in the orbiter.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. And since we got the gong, I'll at least relieve you of the suspense of, oh my God, where in the fuck is this going to go? He was trying to use Earthrise and standing on the surface of the moon as a, if you're standing on the surface of the moon, you're looking directly up at the Earth. Therefore, how can it be rising above the horizon? Well, the fucking answer I was trying to get the idiot to understand on my comments on his video was that because Earthrise was taken by Apollo 8, not by Apollo 11, you dumb, stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
He needs to pull the butt plug out of his ass and shove it in his mouth.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Without cleaning the fucking thing too, just instant.
Fun fact, by the way, Apollo isn't the only time we've managed to create Earthrise images. The Japanese, I think it's called the Selene orbiter. You can watch, I think, friggin' hundreds of Earthrises with that.
It's like its feed is constant pretty much, except when it goes to the dark side. So you get to watch Earth set from its perspective just before the live stream cuts off, because it goes to the dark side of the moon at that point, and you can't see anything through it.
The Earth rises as the moon twerks. It's a whole thing.
I think there's another. I think there's another Earthrise that was taken by Green Lantern, but it's probably not been released yet. Oh, I don't think I was even supposed to say. Okay, never mind. We'll just edit that out before we put this to air after. Okay, we're good. Keep going.
Oh boy. You know who needs to take an Earthrise is did everyone hear about that billionaire who wanted to pay either SpaceX or NASA to take him on a orbital trip to the moon?
Wow, no.
No, I didn't.
Like, yeah, some 80-year-old like Japanese billionaire who was just like, I want to go to the moon, and he tried to get. I don't remember. He might have been able to do it, like, because I've seen some interesting things in the news lately regarding commercial space travel, and it's very possible that we'll at least have low orbit trips available to everyone in, like, I don't know, 10 years tops.
That's cool.
That would be real cool.
Yeah. There's definitely some.
That means I've got 500. Sorry.
No, you're onto it there. Go.
Okay. All I was going to say is that means I've got 520 attempts to win the lottery, so I can then go into space.
Yeah. Awesome. Good way to count it down.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to.
When you say Japanese. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I better be losing some weight in the next few years so that my ticket's not quite so expensive.
I'm just going to make a dad joke and say, when you say Japanese billionaire, are you talking about yen? Because that's not very much.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm
down.
Someone. DKG Custom, thank you very much. It's called the Dear Moon Project. Lunar tourism mission and art project conceived and financed by Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa. It will make use of a SpaceX Starship on a private space flight flying on a single circumlunar trajectory around the moon. And it's expected to occur no earlier than 2023.
Cool.
Well, he better take his vitamins if he's already 80.
Well, let me double check that, because I may have been completely wrong about that. He is okay. He's only 44. He's fine.
Okay, yeah, that's doable.
I wouldn't mind taking an orbital flight. That would be cool, especially if they let me fucking shit bomb flirts from orbit.
Is your shit made out of tiles? Heat shielding tiles.
It splats better when it's hot anyway.
Anybody got a wrap up on D Marble they want to throw in before we hit the next video?
I'm still waiting for the dumb fuck to drive that damn van into the river.
Yeah.
How about Schrodinger, our guest? What do you guys say about D Marble's silliness?
Nothing. Let's get on with more stupid.
That's fair. Well, I want to say one more thing, because I think at some point he was going to go to. I had a feeling that he was going to do the classic Earthrise thing, where you pull up a crappy JPEG version of Earthrise and open it up in Photoshop and adjust the brightness and contrast, and you can see kind of a square artifact around the Earth, and that's evidence of Photoshop. except it's not in the original massive photos. It's only in these crappy compressed JPEGs. But that was just my thought. So should we move on to the second video then? Well, I guess we have a choice of what the second video is, right?
Indeed, we do. We have some truths you probably don't want to hear, and the challenge to every pilot on Earth.
Oh, right. We should probably do challenge this time since people voted for that last time, right?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, well.
Challenge it is.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. We made a horrible mistake.
Oh my God.
It's really amusing how these globe proponents love to act as if they are the reasonable, civil, sophisticated, sane ones, okay?
Dude, write a fucking
I'm going to show, I'm going to destroy the globe once again. And I'm going to put a challenge out there.
Okay, pause.
There's one person I guarantee you.
Before he actually gets to his challenge, one thing, are we at all able to play this video at like 1.25 speed?
Yeah, we can do chipmunk mode if you want.
Why can't the dude write a script so there's not all this dead air while he tries to think of words?
There was like 4 words within 15 seconds at some point there. That was ridiculous.
That's pretty sad, actually.
You heard 4. I heard like 1.
Also, Pratt, why won't your wife untie you from the water heater?
Would you?
Aimee, you wanted to get in here, right?
It's the ball and tank,
yes,
man.
please. I am. I have a super chat from our very own dear Elia Moon for $5 American, and she says, "Twerking or wobbling, whatever. Just respect the spectacular views with a heart on it." Thank you so much, Elia.
Thanks, That's awesome.
Yeah, I bet Pratt's wife feeds him with a slingshot.
That would be more entertaining than this video. Where is she?
Oh, what the hell have I just come back to? Oh, God.
Why? Why?
Barman, did you just sit down to see Pratt?
I did, yes. I went for O'Reilly. I've come back and there's a Pratt on the fucking monitor. Jesus Christ.
That's going to be like a new insult. You prat.
Well, that's the funny thing. Every time I hear his name, all I think of is the Rational Wiki definition for Pratt, which is it's an acronym, which means point refuted 1,000 times.
There you go.
All he reminds me of.
Which Pratt video is this one? Is this NASA's taking 1.3 million a day per state?
Oh, God. I hope not.
I hope not. I left a huge comment on his video on that. He didn't reply, twat.
Logical, you wanted to add something, right?
Yeah, am I the only one every time I hear Pratt say that I'm going to destroy the globe model once and for all? Am I the only one that sees Marvin the Martian in my head saying, "There was no earth-shattering kaboom. What happened to the earth-shattering kaboom?"
I like it.
That was really good.
Angry. Very angry indeed.
Somebody
that's
has stolen my
Marvin the Martian.
Palladium-236 explosive space modulator.
That's awesome.
Now all I can see is Marvin the Martian tied to a water heater. Aimee, you wanted to get in here, right? I know he's got a super chat there, right?
Absolutely. From Mr. Victory for $5 American. He says it's the Pratt Man. Na 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 Pratt Man. Na 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 dum dum.
Absolutely. Love it.
Turn that into a.
Except the Prattmobile is a water heater.
It's a water heater on wheels, and he just like loosens a valve to go.
That's right. The gravity-defying water tube.
Oh, God.
Someone
I'm
has
sorry, Amy,
stolen my sacrificial anode. I am very angry.
Amy, I'm terribly sorry, but do you mind if I steal your job for this super chat?
Absolutely.
I really like this one. Ghost Dog 999 for 5 Americans says, why does he sound and look crazy? Why can I imagine there are women tied in his basement?
Well,
Frame on the other side of the
I
water.
mean, he's tied to the water heater, so where would they be?
Well, he's just there
You
to
got to
make sure
remember
they
why
have
he
hot
tied
water.
a water heater in the beginning. In the first place, they shaved off his fucking horns, shaved him down, and taught him to speak. He's dumb as a fucking cow. If they untie him from the water heater, he's gonna fuck off and go graze somewhere.
That's a little offensive to those of us who have horns.
Bit horny there earlier.
Seriously.
Oh God! Should we see what his challenge actually is then?
Okay.
Yeah, there's a challenge here somewhere.
Challenge to all flirts. $5 to prove he's got a brain.
Who will not take the challenge, accept the challenge, even though it would make him a hero all over the world, and certainly to his little school of monkeys he
hangs with on YouTube, and that would be Mr. Wolfie. He will not take this challenge. That would absolutely prove the globe, and absolutely has to happen every time an airplane flies over the equator. I am leaving as the thumbnail the first Google entry that pops up when you search equatorial bulge of Earth, stating how this bulge is 26 miles high. How high do airplanes normally fly? 35, 40,000 feet? That's what, like 7 miles? 8 miles tops? So, we are told that gravity is holding that plane level and does all the dipping and adjusting for it as it goes around this ball. So at some point, to keep that 35, 40,000 foot altitude, any plane and every plane flying from north to south or south to north over the equator has to rise 26 miles to get over the water.
What a fucking idiot.
Oh my God, no. Just fucking no. You fucking what? The planes fly with their height set to sea level. That bulge is, yes, there is a bulge at the equator, but guess what? That's still going to be the sea level fucking height. How can someone be this fucking stupid?
And it's not 20.
Fuck my life.
And it's not 26 miles of a bulge in a single spot. It's spread out over the entire circumference of the planet.
No.
Yeah.
What
has he heard of?
What he's thinking is as if there's a mountain in between that the plane has to fly over. I think he's confusing Earth curve with elevation, as if that bulge is something that the plane would have to fly over and come back down. Is what I'm getting from him. And also, we sped him up, and he's still speaking slower than a normal person.
He's at 175% right now.
Which makes him almost normal speed.
I kind of love the helium voice, though.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It makes it a little hard to pay attention because I keep laughing, but it is good. Amy, you wanted to get in here, right?
Yes, please, because we had a great super chat from Mr. Victory. $5 from Mr. Victory says, okay, we'll have to do this with every Pratt video from now on. I agree.
I agree with that, and if we do that, I'll quite happily watch more Pratt videos if we set them all to this speed, and that tone of voice is just hilarious.
Absolutely. Makes him sound more intelligent, too.
It's funny how that works, huh?
All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, is he He's already so wrong that everything he says from here on is irrelevant.
I still haven't heard the challenge yet, though. I want to hear the challenge. It's a short video, guys. Come on.
Yeah, let's get to the challenge part then.
All right.
This, of course, happens never, ever. They will try to tell you it does. I guarantee you, not one pilot on Earth, and I'm issuing the challenge now. If we live on a globe with Neil deGrasse Tyson's 26-mile-high bulge, pear-shaped bulge, where is one plane climbing 26 miles in order to get over this 26-mile-high bulge of water?
I called it.
How, with all the instrumentation and photography we have on airplanes, can this not be documented and proven? Is there not one pilot over there that's flown over the equator?
Pause.
Oh, fuck.
Am I not
fucking stupid is this man? Holy shit. Go ahead, Schrodinger. Fuck me.
I've made 2 correct predictions tonight.
You're on a roll.
I should go play the lottery.
Yeah.
So and
that's hilarious.
Can I just point out, for the last goddamn time, Neil deGrasse Tyson does not own science.
Yeah, or the globe. It's
he's
not his.
He's not the end-all, be-all of all science everywhere ever.
No, but as Barman said in the chat, if he has a 26-mile high budge, he might own all the women.
Yeah, that was Cheese Mondo's comment from that, and I thought it's just hilarious. Neil deGrasse Tyson has a 26-mile-high bulge. Kudos.
Yeah. That's scary heat, man.
Yeah, I like what DKG Custom said here. Poor old NDT gets dragged into all their vids. I do feel bad for him because, like, all he is he's just a particularly charismatic guy. That's why he's on TV a lot. So he gets dragged into all of these conspiracies because these conspiracy theorists watch TV and they think that that's all programming.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Brian Cox gets off pretty easy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They don't make fun of him too much.
When you're trying to explain a very intricate subject in 30 seconds, yeah, you're going to have to dumb it down. And so they just take that opportunity to misrepresent what he's actually saying.
I think
like when he the whole pair comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Brian Cox, I don't think dumbs it down as much as NDT does.
That's a good point.
So I think they can't rip into it as much because he doesn't dumb it down as much. Not saying that what Neil deGrasse Tyson does is wrong, but Brian Cox isn't. His videos and TV programs, you do have to pay a bit more attention than you do with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You know what it is? And half the audience is going to hate me for this, and half the panel. It's because Neil deGrasse Tyson speaks to Americans. Aimee, save us.
Yes, please. I got a great super chat from John Rapp for Australian $5. He says, "Good day, silly dilly shilly people. Lurking while working. Obviously, Pratt has never seen a bulge. Proved wrong 1,000 times. Pratt for 2 reasons."
Well, he may have seen one in a Turkish bathroom somewhere. Turkish bathhouse, excuse me.
Yeah.
Screwed up the airplane reference, sorry. Well, I don't understand how Pratt hasn't been gonged off yet. Are people really enjoying the chipmunk voice that much?
Could be.
We have 10 players and only 3 buzzes and 10 players, so...
Okay.
I guess we gotta keep going then.
Let stupid commence.
Let stupid go on.
And felt and watched and piloted his plane 26 miles higher than the rest of the globe and then descended down the other side 26 miles?
Looks like he's going to explode.
No, because that's asinine.
Yeah, look at the crazy eyes.
Yet people eat it up every day. Again, they can say whatever they want. All of the true scientific, what real science produces called technology, that we have that could absolutely document this claimed 26-mile high bulge at the equator that apparently can't be measured.
It can.
Does that really make sense to you people? So, mister, can't you have a civil conversation with someone who's diametrically opposed to you? No, because I've asked for 5 years. If and ever you could provide irrefutable, either you don't comprehend the definition of irrefutable, or you know damn good and well there is zero scientific proof of your globe. I just provided you another way to prove it, but you can't. That's the problem. So that's why all you can ever do is try to act like the superior intellect as you babble monkey bullshit. I'm not the one that made this Wikipedia entry. I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson that claimed the Earth is pear-shaped. I'm not the one saying there's a 26-mile high bulge of water and land at the equator.
Alvin. Jesus. He's a fucking moron. He keeps going on about the fucking 26-mile bulge. The fucking Earth is like 25,000 miles around. Do you think we're going to spot a 26-mile bulb?
Yeah.
Holy
and it's not mountain, it's bulge. It's not, you know.
Yeah, it's not like a literal landmark. But there we go. There we go.
There.
He's doing that thing. They do this a lot. These like intellectually dishonest challenges, and they piss me off so much. The first time Team Skeptic debated Hip Hop Hippie, Hip Hop Hippie's opening question was to say, "Can you demonstrate a ball with water sticking to it?" With pressure gradients in the atmosphere. And Team Skeptic's response, of course, was, so you want me to demonstrate Earth on Earth?
Exactly. Let's do a GoFundMe so we can go build an Earth 2 and show it to you.
I
just want to say to Pratt.
I need to
what was that?
I was gonna say I need to do an homage to the chipmunks here. So I'm gonna finish this video out and just keep increasing the speed till I get to my top. And we'll see how fast it can go.
Well, before you do that, Logical, you wanted to add something, right?
Yeah, there was at least one person in the live chat asking what the hell is this bulge that Pratt's going on about. So I thought I'd interject a little reality here. The Earth is an oblate spheroid because, well, it has gravity, therefore everything gets pulled into a sphere. But it also rotates, which creates a centrifugal force. And the centrifugal force creates a bulge at the equator to the tune of about 26 miles spread around the entire circumference of the planet, which creates the oblateness of the spheroid. So if Earth had not been rotating, that centrifugal force wouldn't be there. Therefore, we wouldn't have an oblate spheroid. We would have a little more of a perfect sphere. So, I hope I dumbed that down enough.
Logical. I would like I'm sorry, I just want to ask a quick question to make sure I understand correctly. It's basically that it varies by 26 miles between the equator and either pole. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And
if you want...
I was sorry,
just real... Go ahead.
Go ahead, Schrodinger.
Yeah, just real fast. I want to take this opportunity since we're talking about centrifugal force of the Earth. If you want evidence for that, go see my last video, because I provide evidence for the centrifugal force of the Earth by weighing a 50-gram reference weight at different latitudes.
Yeah, nice. And when you look at that bulge on a planetary scale, I mean, it's so virtually unnoticeable that we can still consider the Earth a sphere. I mean, it's so negligible.
As a matter of fact, I have a great reference image for that. Boole, if I send that to you, would you be able to get that up within a couple minutes or so?
Yes, I would be able to do that. And I would also like to point out that the spheroid is it's such a minor thing. A pool ball, a billiard ball, is a rougher surface, has more imperfections in it by size, by sheer mass, than the Earth. Like, that's how little it actually is in comparison to the whole. So it's, for him to be even talking about this is ridiculous.
Yeah, a regulation billiard ball would be more smooth than, or less smooth than the Earth if you were able to shrink the Earth down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and for math nerds out there, the 26,000 mile circumference of the planet and this 26 mile bulge basically comes out to 0.01% difference.
There's a good comment in the chat I think would be good for a Schrodinger. It's from DK Custom. Do submarines need longer periscopes at the equator?
I'll have to look into that and get back with you. It actually, did they need a 26-mile periscope?
Yeah, and I'm
going to check tomorrow. I'll be on the USS Virginia tomorrow. I'm going to ask the skipper.
Yeah, and I stand corrected. Thor Logic of the Gods said that difference is 0.001%. Sorry about that, Thor. I was kind of doing the math calculation really fast in my head.
Well, and we have I have that image. If Bull was able to pull that up, where someone basically took two images of the Earth. One of these is a perfect sphere, and the other varies by roughly as much as the Earth varies. Which one's which?
The one
Anybody?
on the left.
That's my point.
The one on the left?
Yeah. I'm not saying which one I think the one on the left is, but I'm saying the one on the left is one of them. That way I can't be wrong.
I can agree with that. It is indeed one of them. DKG Custom said the one in the middle.
Oh dear me.
Actually, if you take the blue marble, a high definition image of the blue marble, and you count pixels, you actually can discern a difference.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a graphic artist at my last job do it for me, and he was able to discern it's a very, very negligible. It's only a few pixels difference.
Saying that, flat earthers don't understand what high quality images and good resolution is. I was watching one the other day. I can't remember whose channel it was. He was taking some NASA pictures, and they were old ones, and I think it was a picture of the Earth with the moon next to it. I can't remember what it was off. He was like, yes, I've got the original image here. It was 37 kilobytes for this image. And he's like, no, there's no JPEG compression or anything on this. You fucking, it's 37 kilobytes. But the image was huge. It filled the screen image. But fuck my life, these people.
See, the version of the blue marble that I have that I use as a reference isn't even like the full resolution blue marble, and it's 3,000 by 3,000 pixels.
Nice.
Right. That's the way it should be.
Absolutely. I wonder if maybe
the actual one's like 14 megabytes, isn't it, or something like that?
Nice.
I think so. Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah.
They're
It's
massive
huge.
pictures.
It's huge.
Well, what were the ones off Himawari 8? Aren't they huge in file size as they actually come down? I mean, like, rather large files. So I'm sure someone did tell me, and I've bloody forgotten. If anyone knows, that'd be cool to know.
The reason there's 10 minutes between shots is because of the download speed. So yeah.
Wow.
That makes perfect sense. Well then, should we move on to the final video? I can't even remember what it was called.
Let's kill Pratt here real quick first.
Yeah, we should. Oh. That was great.
Love it.
That was awesome.
I love how it gets wild-eyed and angry and spitting at the microphone and then sits back and grins as if he actually made a fucking point.
Yeah, there was a point there where he looked like his head was going to explode.
I'm wondering about the mental stability of someone who can go so off the friggin' ball and then in the next second, calm as a fucking sheep.
Pun intended?
Yeah. No, but you can be talking to somebody who's perfectly calm and then boom, off like a fucking rocket, and then boom, back to being calm like nothing ever happened. What kind of mental stability does that take?
Another guy that does that is that guy CC, when he's like driving around and he'll be talking calm and then he just starts screaming and then all of a sudden he's just talking normal again.
Exactly.
CC from New York, West Cheshire County.
Westchester County.
Yeah. Did anyone see his clip of video on Simon Dan this morning where he's holding a pumpkin? His wife walks in the room, said, "Will you stop with this fucking shit?" or whatever like that. He's like, "Can you not just give me 5 minutes?" Like, "No, I'm hungry."
I love
It's
that.
like,
Okay.
And standing
Clearly-
there like a little sheep, his head down. Oh, I
Yeah.
done wrong.
Barman, Barman, I got to call you out because clearly you don't watch my channel because I made a video about that like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I struggle to keep up with everyone's videos. I'm really bad at watching anyone's videos. I've still not even watched AB Sciences from tonight, and he's like one of the shills. I feel really bad.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I immediately made a video about it. Actually, no, I was on the Shills and we talked about it too.
Did we? Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
that was like
really
a
am.
month ago.
Was it
Yeah.
a Friday night show? Was I not here, or am
It
I
was
just
a
really
Saturday
getting that
night
old?
show. Yeah,
I'm really just getting that old and forgetting.
yeah, we
everything
watched
from
it on here and then I made a video about it.
God, I really am getting bad. Jesus, I
I'm
apologize to
gonna
everyone for
send
my
you a
culture.
strongly worded letter.
Please, and sign it, and then I've got your signature for future reference.
So
And then
I just
can sell it when you're stupidly famous.
I just looked up some ththings about the Himawari 8 here. So it has a few different like types of data that it transmits. One of them has a downlink rate of 15.36 kilobytes a second. One of them has a rate of 66 megabits per second. I wish they wouldn't use that because it's a bullshit term made up by cable companies. And another one is 100 to 300 bits a second. So yeah, that thing is slow.
That's really slow. Ooh.
That's going
Yeah,
back
but
to
it is a-
the 14.4 modem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is a million miles away too, so you know.
Yeah,
Well,
300
yeah.
baud is 300 baud. When you got that kind of distance, I guess you go with it, right?
Exactly.
But that makes perfect sense though. That's why there's a picture every 10 minutes. Like I had this idea that it was just like, oh, we'll just do this frame rate of one every 10 minutes. That'll be fine. No, they're literally just recovering from the last picture.
Yep, that's all it does. It takes a picture, processes some minimal processing locally, and it's very minimal. And then starts sending the files down to the ground stations.
Contrary to what conspiracy theories think, there is a limit to what modern technology can do.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's
really
obviously a limit to what the human mind can comprehend.
But that technology limitation, that's like something that's like half the reason moon hoaxers exist. How do we have the technology to go to Apollo? Because we had diehard pilots who didn't need complicated computers that fry in radiation.
Pretty
Very
much.
simple.
Size of it.
What was that?
That's about the size of it. Back in the Apollo days, they didn't have all that fancy technology. They just had the balls to get in that fucking thing and go.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I compare it to when like wooden ships were crossing the ocean 300 years ago. It was just really skilled sailors and the stars to navigate. That's all they had.
Yeah, and the courage to actually go to do it.
Yeah,
And,
we have
Kirby.
we have a saying in the Navy that back then the ships were made of wood and the men were made of steel.
Yeah,
Sounds about right.
it's about the same idea as Apollo. These were pilots made of steel. They knew what they were doing. They weren't afraid of the risks. They just went.
They had the balls to get into a remote control bomb with the intelligence of the bears almost barely the intelligence of a pocket calculator and go to the fucking moon. That's fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah, and it's so easy to prove that we actually went that we should just appreciate that it happened instead of making these ridiculous theories. But we had a third video, right?
Yes,
Yes. Truths we don't want to hear.
Oh, right.
It's also in parentheses an eye-opening video. That's all I know about it.
Oh, yeah,
well,
right.
I'm going to make a quick prediction. There will be no truths in this video.
Good call.
Good call.
They might say the name. It might be a true name.
Yeah. Yeah, there might be like incidental truths. Well, should we
all right,
should we roll that?
let's load the stupid there, Bull.
Let's kick it. Love the animation.
The only certain barrier to truth is the belief that you already have it. Voltaire. What if this world and everything we think about reality turned out to be very different to what we believe it to be? It's a question that very much upsets a lot of people. The evidence that I discussed recently of ancient technology, free energy devices, the fact that it seems that free energy was very readily available a couple of centuries ago anyway. I find all of this stuff incredibly interesting and intriguing, looking into the concept of ancient technology and technology that's very different from the technology we use now, such as sound frequency technology. I've seen a lot of reports recently talking about the organs, the old pipe organs, and what these were really used for, whether they were in fact instruments that were used to create sound frequency that we used for healing. And this may sound preposterous to a lot of people, but these pipe organs in these cities and these small towns, it seems like every town has one as well. I've even got reports from little villages in Mexico that don't have very much there. They've got dirt roads and all sorts of stuff, but there'll be a church in the town which has a huge pipe organ. They don't really know where it came from, but it's there. And the question is, what was...
Are you fucking kidding me? He quotes Voltaire, which paraphrased basically says, you don't think you know as much as you think you do. And he goes on to say, but yes, I do. No. A pipe organ is a fucking musical instrument. And yes, while some frequencies can make you feel happy and some music can make you feel, particularly with discordant chords, they don't actually create or heal disease. They can affect your emotions, but they don't, they don't create or destroy cancer. They don't create or destroy sickle cell or anything else. I mean, give me a break. These were musical instruments used in places of worship because it had to be grand and big and loud and create this sense of awe and wonder. And that's really all the cathedrals and those pipe organs were really all about.
I can't believe he's saying the pipe organs were used for healing in an era where people died at 35.
It would,
I'm just surprised that he's going on about Mexico, these poor villages, and they've only got a church and they've got a pipe organ. Yes, because Mexico historically has been a very religious Catholic country. Yes. So why would these churches not have organs? Over years upon years of people donating to the churches, they're going to put these organs in and pay for them, and people are going to bring them and create work and stuff like that. It's like, what? How is this confusing?
I'm starting to wonder if he really has been to Mexico, because if he had, he would notice that Jesus is like Coke down there. He's everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, and he seems to be fixated on organs. That makes me wonder, is he missing one?
Also, the base technology of an organ is a whistle connected to a fan with a valve connected to the key in between. It's not complicated. It really isn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's going with this. Stephen Cup of Reason, what do you think, man?
Well, this freaking idiot is saying that the pipe organs were invented to generate sound frequencies that are going to do I don't know what. Guys, the first pipe organ was invented in the 3rd century BC. I don't think they had that in mind when they made it.
Yeah, and you know what? Punchy just made a really good point about another place that you'll commonly find pipe organs that you wouldn't think were, being used to heal people. Where does this tune come from? Every baseball game, every hockey game, they're everywhere.
Yeah, hockey
I
and
can't-
baseball.
No, go ahead, please. I was just gonna make a dumb joke.
No, that was all I was
go
saying
for
was
it.
hockey and baseball. Very sorry.
Oh, yeah, I could think of one application where frequency is used to heal, and that's kidney stones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
but that's a variation of sonograms. That's not an
Right.
audible frequency.
Right. No. That was just me making a dumb joke.
I'll tell you what, though, that's some goddamn amazing technology, because that is literally my worst fear in the entire world, is having to pass a kidney stone.
Ooh. Same here, man.
Well,
Amy,
just
why
hook
don't
up
you
a-
tell him about
Just hook up
giving
a pipe
birth?
organ to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't care. One of those organs is designed to expand. The other isn't.
Just another prime example of an idiot who doesn't bother doing any research and just spouts off whatever bullshit's in his head.
Absolutely. Well,
Actually, after you hook up with Neil deGrasse Tyson, passing that baby would be just fall out
Yeah.
with his 26-mile bulge.
I find it interesting that the organs have manuals, and manual can also mean hand. So maybe you should go spank it, buddy.
Well, should we let him keep going? This is weird, because I thought, based on that title, you expect it to be like a list-style video, but it's
Yeah.
not, and I'm waiting for some interesting truths.
Let's go.
Let's roll it.
The real purpose of these instruments? Were they merely for creating music, or was it really a sound healing system that they had? And Royal Raymond Rife was a man who found a way to cure all diseases way back in the 20s or 30s. I think it was in the 1930s or the 1940s, they actually had a banquet to celebrate the end.
What the hell was that man's name? Can we bring it back? Because I need to look this man up.
Yeah, actually, I did look that up when I first saw this video a couple of weeks ago, and people were selling his machine based on his blueprints back in the 80s and 90s, and people were dying, and it actually went to United States federal court, and this company that was selling it got sued for a lot of freaking money, and they were completely banned from selling that machine. But yet that is still for sale today, because then they go to other second and third world countries and they mass produce it there with, little pennies on the dollar sort of labor, and then, idiots like the guy that's talking on our video then orders one because it's like, oh my god, I'm sick, but it's like, sorry, these organs are still in use today. They're schmicky. Why aren't people coming out of all these churches who use pipe organs in complete perfect health?
Yeah, I just looked him up and found basically the exact information you said. But I'm going to point out his article on Wikipedia. This article is part of a series on alternative and pseudo medicine.
Yay, pseudo.
Let's just call it pseudo medicine, because there is no alternative medicine. There's medicine and there's pseudo medicine.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you call alternative medicine that works? Medicine.
Medicine.
Real medicine.
When he got sued, was the plaintiff they?
Yeah, and basically all these idiots like this are doing is equating psychological reactions with physical reactions, and they're not exactly the same thing.
Yeah. They're. I'm imagining he's kind of going for, like, when people are in church, they seem really happy and active and healthy. Well, of course they do, because they're engaging in this thing that they enjoy and believe in. Like, it's, you'll find the same thing at a bar.
Apparently, you've never seen me in church, because I'm not happy.
Well, keyword there was enjoy.
About twice a year, my parents guilt trip me into going to church because I haven't told them certain beliefs that I have, or certain non-beliefs, I guess. So I go and I sit there and I pretend and I sing the hymns and just grin and bear it.
Ugly German Truth has made a really good point. He said, also, when they get ill and lose energy, they won't go to church. So you won't see unhealthy people at church because, you know, you don't, you go to bed and drink fluids when you're sick, not go to church.
I don't see
know about
healthy
you guys.
people at church, at least mentally healthy people.
I don't know about you guys, but don't you find that born-agains are the biggest hypocrites around?
In most cases, yeah.
Well, born-agains are usually like, I turned to God because I pissed off everybody else in my life.
When I got my
what more stupid this idiot is.
When I got my current job, my dad told me over the phone. He said, "That's because we were praying for you." And I wanted to say back, "Yeah, it had nothing to do with my master's degree."
Right. I was talking about my parents not long ago and made the comment that my parents are the kind of parents that if I stubbed my toe, they would say, well, that's just the Lord telling you to be thankful you got a foot. And, I mean,
geez, that sounds like something my parents would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Are you my sister?
No, but our parents probably go to church together from the way you talk. I think they probably do.
They probably do.
They probably go out to eat after church and everything, you know, pray for our souls. But yeah, I mean, it's just like you mix the church with the Southern and you get someone who really just says anything, like, you know, my mom put the milk up in the glass cupboard instead of back in the fridge, and she said the Lord's just trying to teach me or tell me that I need to go to the doctor because I'm losing my memory. I'm like, no, Mom, you're just losing your memory.
And what would tell you to go to the doctors if you drank the milk after it went off?
Right. I love my parents, don't get me wrong, but they are the most Southern Christian people on the planet.
Lord knows, yeah.
Shall we move on?
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
And Royal Raymond Rife was a man who found a way to cure all diseases way back in the 20s or 30s. I think it was in the 1930s or the 1940s they actually had a banquet to celebrate the end of all disease due to the research and techniques that had been uncovered by Royal Raymond Rife, and he was curing incurable diseases, and he did it through sound frequency. He was able to identify viruses, live viruses in the body. He could view them with this microscope that he built. The Rife microscope was an absolutely incredible device which gave him the ability to be able to view viruses in real time. And what he would do, he would put a blood sample under.
Yes, microscopes are wonderful tools, and yes, they work. But I'll tell you how he cured most of his patients. They died.
That is a cure for all disease.
Yes, it is.
Straight to the point now, really.
It's definitely a way to take care of things.
Just taking a look here, I don't think he used a microscope that is particularly special. Everything I'm looking at shows that he used either existing telescopes or like hodgepodges of a couple that he put together.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like some kind of steampunk amalgamation of a bunch of microscopes that he found in the junkyard.
That's a good way to put it, actually.
Gotta love a bit of steampunk.
Yeah, it does look like it'd belong like right in BioShock.
It was a combination microscope pipe organ.
I'm gonna learn how to cure disease while being cured of disease.
If all this crap about sound was real, Def Leppard would have killed us all.
Yeah.
But actually, DKG Custom just made a really good point. But he saw viruses in real time, unlike them time travel microscopes. Yeah, how did you think we were observing viruses before? We're still observing them in real time. Even if we're just looking at a sick person, we're observing a virus in real time.
But when you look through anything under a microscope, aren't you seeing it in real time?
Technically,
like every microscope.
Yeah.
Technically, you're looking at the past because the speed of light, but that's pedantic.
Well, yeah.
Pedantic.
Yeah, this is a whole lot of silly. This Rife guy appears to be this guy's Eric Dubay or Robotham, and it's a pretty weak one.
Yeah. Pretty weak indeed.
Mike 71, a pipe organ sonic screwdriver. I like that. Should we see what other pseudoscience he's going to peddle?
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
The microscope, and he would look at your blood sample, and he would subject the sample to a series of light frequencies. Because every light you apply, when you go through frequencies of light and you put them on an object, different frequencies of light will illuminate different aspects of the object. Like if you put frequencies of light on a blood slide, different organisms or viruses or bacteria in the blood will become illuminated under certain lights. And Rife figured out that all you have to do is go through the light frequency until you find the light that illuminates the virus, and then find the corresponding sound frequency, bombard the virus with that sound frequency, and it will shatter like a crystal glass shatters on high C. When an opera singer hits high C, they can shatter a crystal glass. It's the same thing, it's the same principle. All you have to do is find the corresponding sound frequency, and you will create a feedback loop which will shatter the virus. And that's what Royal Rife figured out. So when you look at that, and you think of these organs and the sound that they produce and the healing that comes from sound, I mean, any people who've gone to sound healings know what I'm talking about, and sound healings may sound incredibly new age and airy-fairy to most peoples, but they do in fact work. And I find all of this sort of stuff quite intriguing and quite fascinating. And the concept that we had this ancient technology is really not so far-fetched. And when you think about it and you really consider the possibility that this technology has been stolen from us, it really does provide a whole new perspective to look at things from. And you think about these huge pipe organs in these churches, folks. Who built these things? I mean, these things are amazing, the construction of them. Some of them...
He's really skipping over the cover-up of Rife's inventions. He's completely skipping over this conspiracy. He just says they covered it up. No, not good enough. Tell me who, tell me when, tell me how, tell me where.
Yeah. And why did they leave all the organs behind? If it's a giant conspiracy to stop people getting healed by sound, why leave all the organs? And why document him in the first place? Surely he would have been removed from history so people can't check this shit out?
Yeah. Can you
let's not forget the part where he said that he would shine different light frequencies on the viruses until one illuminated it. Any visible light frequency would illuminate the virus. That's what light does.
Yeah.
So what does he mean?
I'm not
Well, he's
sure.
probably talking about the stains that microbiologists use to actually highlight the viruses. They'll actually stain the slide.
That's not visible light, though. Like when you're talking about like a black light, to look for.
If you shine a blue light on it, it's going to show up, but it's going to look blue. If you shine a red light on it, it's still going to show up, but it's going to look red. I mean, come on, and if this was stolen from us and hidden by the nefarious they, then how the hell did he find it? And if he did find it, how did he survive long enough to create this video that's been on the internet for, how long has this been on the internet for?
A very long time.
The fact that it was up longer than 5 minutes tells you something. Amy, you wanted to get in here, right?
Yes, please, because we have a super chat from Mr. Victory. He's for $4 American. He says, "This sounds like something Lemonbird would say," and it sounds about right.
Oh, good old Lemonbird.
Anna said, "Don't use a black light in my room." Don't worry, we won't.
Right. Jin Yu says, "Shine a UV light on a church organ." No.
Gives a whole new meaning to just coming across something, doesn't it?
Especially in the Catholic Church.
Oh,
dear.
God damn it. I held back because I thought that'd be too much, but you just went for it, Schrodinger.
That's what I do.
Oh, does he?
That was in my head as soon as I read the whole UV light on a church organ. I was like, oh, the Catholic Church, but I didn't say it. Well, should we maybe suffer through a little more of this?
Yeah, why not? We've come this far.
Well, I'm going to point out that technically I've got enough votes to gong it, but that would end the show rather abruptly.
Well, I mean, abruptly, but we take forever to do our outros.
We do.
So, shall I go ahead and gong it then?
Let it run. Let it run. Let the folks in the chat gone.
Yeah.
What? Do you actually think it's going to get better with age?
Well, geez, does.
I don't think this is a fine wine.
Oh, dear me. We're all just giggling again. We need to do something. We're rapping or we're playing. We need to pick one.
I vote play.
I think we broke Barman.
It's the comments and everything else. Oh God, Mr. Victory's last comment. Now we know what. Now we know the priests do when there's no choir boys around. I'm like, oh.
Play the video. Stop this madness.
Oh, the keys on the keys are sticky.
No.
No.
Some of those pipes are rather phallic and large.
No.
Absolutely huge. Who figured out the frequencies and who got it all that perfect? Who tuned it? And imagine the sound field that it would set up if you went through the entire keyboard and you created that level of sound. I mean, these things are incredibly loud. You could literally cover the entire village in a sound frequency. What if people went to these church buildings and they actually sat in the organ music, and the organ music healed them of all of the bacteria in their body every week when they went to these churches? Perhaps the churches were not places of worship. Perhaps they were.
Did you lost
all?
Yes,
if somebody killed all the bacteria in your body, you would be totally fucked.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was gonna say I think we need to end with that because this guy doesn't even know that not all bacteria is bad.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
Maybe something like 50 or 60% of the bacteria in your body are needed for your survival.
I'm gonna pray for this guy tonight.
I will too. I will pray to the what's his name? The Pastafarian, the flying spaghetti monster.
Hell, if I got to listen to too much more of that stupid, I'm going to end up drinking more, and so I'll eventually be praying to the porcelain god for him. But, you know.
Probably get a better response from it too.
Oh, geez. I'm going to pray to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I would too with a 26-mile bulge.
Well. We all know you pray to Sagan.
Yeah.
Hail Sagan.
Hail Sagan.
Actually, my Hail Sagan T-shirt just came 2 weeks ago in the mail.
Bless us, Sagan, for we are stupid.
Well, you have the god of the gaps. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the god of the bulge.
26-mile bulge.
Oh my God.
Well, I guess we need to wrap up then, don't we?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Should does anybody else have any other final thoughts on that, on just that video specifically?
Guys, I'm all wrong.
It would definitely improve a trip to the doctor if you walked in and it was just like, opera singers singing to people, hitting the right note to destroy viruses? That there is that sounds pleasant. At least, fairy Fantasyland might have something on that. That's good. I like it.
I'm just wondering I'm wondering what they would say at work if we were troubleshooting something that was particularly difficult, and I just said, we just need to get a pipe organ down here. Fix this ship right up.
Oh, too funny. Absolutely. So let's get around the table, get everybody's thoughts and wrap ups in here, and then I think we're pretty close here. Who should we go to here? Well, Kevin, you want to get yours in?
Yeah. I mean, this was better than the last couple shows have been, because it's been pretty weak lately. The conspiracy theorists, they're not bringing their A game. But this was a bit better. Earthrise, the Earthrise one, D-Marble, that was just I don't know, what can you say about D-Marble? Who was it who said he needs to drive his van down into the river?
That was me.
Yeah. I agree with that. This ridiculous organ healing one is actually sort of interesting. I might watch the rest of this and maybe do a debunk on it. Just on my channel. Speaking of, you know what I never got to do? I recently reached 4,000 subscribers, and I wanted to thank everyone for helping me get there.
Yay! Well done.
Thank you. And I will at some point in the near future have a live stream to celebrate. I'm just kind of getting some things together on that. But that's it for me.
Just more. That's just more evidence you're reaching 4K that, hey, everybody loves a little head.
Hey.
Well said. Well said. We got John Rapp in there for a super chat. Australian $2. Naughty Shills. I love you guys. Thanks, John. I love you too, buddy. Super cool. Right on. Let's see here. Ilya, thoughts and wrap-ups. What did you think of our journey into hell tonight?
Well, it felt like being home. No, I'm just kidding. So, first of all, congratulations, Kevin Kennedy, Dead Kennedy in Space. We love you. We are so proud of you. You're amazing. You're brilliant. And I cannot wait to celebrate with you. So, yay.
Thank you.
Also, D-Marble just needs to go away. Like, seriously, he violated me tonight. Seriously. Trying to get close-ups of my craters. Like, what? He didn't even ask permission. Like, who does that? And so no more twerking for him. As far as everything else goes, it's been a lot of fun. I always have fun with you guys. And much love to the audience. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Schrodinger's cat, for being with us also.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yay. Good show. It's good show. It's logical. Thoughts and wrap-ups, buddy.
So Ilya was sliding that butter across Dead Kennedy real thick. It makes me wonder, are you sharing your ad revenue and super chats from your lives with Ilya? And how thick do I need to slide that butter in? Where would you like it? Because I can play this game. You know, what the hell?
All I have to say in response to that is, ad revenue? What's that?
Well, as far as a stupid, well, you know, stupid's gonna stupid, and there's not much you can do about it but point and laugh, because, you know, goddamn, how many times do we gotta say the same shit over and over, and they can just keep saying, you know, it's like, come on, you know, you just kind of made a meme out of yourself, guys, you know, so why not? You know, some people are just begging to be made fun of, and who am I to deny them that basic human right? So fine, I'll make fun of them.
Exactly. Well done. Well said. I like it. How about you, Barman? What do you got for us, buddy?
Oh, damn. Pratt and D-Marble are literally just a waste of oxygen. They never come up with anything new. It's the same crap over and over. But I think I've figured out how D-Marble gets his green screen. I think just half of his van is actually green on the outside, and he just sits there in a little tent. So that would work for him. But Jesus Christ, it's just a joke. I mean, the sound one I did actually find interesting because there's always been studies about how sound affects your body and stuff like that. Healing it, no, but affecting in a mental way, always good to look about. But at least that was more interesting. But Flat Earths or any of them, they've not come up with anything new in so long. It gets so repetitive. You just want to hit them with the shoe. It's like, no. But can I just ask, Kevin, can you send me 4 subscribers, please? I need 4 to go over the 800 mark. You've got 4,000. You won't miss them.
Yay. Let's get Barman 4 subs.
I think everyone who's probably in the chat now is on my one anyway, but I'll just bug Kennedy. He's got loads.
Yeah, just send them through PayPal. They do that now. Right on. Who's next on the list here? Steaming Cup of Reason. Thoughts and wrap-ups, brother.
Well, you know, it's the usual stuff. I mean, D Marble, what can you say? D for dumb fuck. I mean, buddy, just start that van, drive it into the fucking river, take out your P1000, zoom in on a fish, and claim their CGI. Fucking jeez. What an asshole. What do we have next? Oh, Pratt. Oh, yeah, Pratt. Oh, man. Everybody's favorite lunatic. I mean, that guy is just out there. He's got no concept of anything. And the last one, pipe organs healing you? Fuck off. Come on. Where the hell do you get that shit? Unbelievable, these people. Just no research whatsoever. Just spout off whatever bullshit's in their skull and hope it sticks. You know? It just drives me insane. I mean, the next time I've got a problem, I'm not going to be calling Pavarotti to come and fucking heal me. Holy shit.
Well said, man. That would be cool, eh? You know, oh, I got myself a really bad ankle today, so I think I'm going to need a tenor to soprano to come and serenade my ankle.
Exactly.
Too funny. And let's see here. Bull, thoughts and wrap-ups, buddy. How's it going your way?
Well, first of all, Thor, Logic of the Gods, thank you for becoming an apprentice. Thank you for becoming a member.
Yay!
A new member.
Hey!
Thanks,
Yay,
Thor.
woo-hoo. Thank you so much.
Dan, D Marble. I almost called him D Pratt because it's really hard to tell the difference between one flat earther and the next. But
Yep.
you know, when you put Pratt and the whole talking slow thing, that's pretty sad. I was playing that guy at almost 200%. And he said he just still didn't sound like a person talking. What the fuck? Okay. And D Marble, dude, just you make supposition after supposition, but you never look for the actual fact of the matter. You don't go try to figure it out yourself. So Van River sounds like a plan. I agree with Steaming Cup of Reason on him. Now, I would find it interesting if actual scientists did studies on the different types of disease bacteria that are out there to see how sound affects those bacteria. But beyond that, if you haven't done that, it's all supposition, and it's supposition without evidence. Assertion without evidence is one of those things that just drives me fucking nuts. So,
Yeah.
fuck.
Well said. Well said. That's perfect. And let's check in with Aimee. Thoughts and wrap-ups there, Aimee? What do you got?
Oh, God.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's just, and Pratt is just something else. He needs some help, I think. I honestly think the man needs some help. Serious. D Marble is just, I think he's a troll. He's just a Poe and doing it for the money. I don't really honestly think he believes the crap he spews. And then the third guy, yeah. Okay, yeah, whatever. And I too want to thank Schrodinger's cat for coming and everyone in the audience for coming too. Thank you so much, everyone. We do this all for you. So thank you.
Well said. Well said. Myself, I'd like to sew Dan Pratt's lips to D Marble's ass and stuff one of the pipe organ pipes right up the fucking You know, just stuff it up there. Here, heal this bitch. But you know, enough from me. Our esteemed guest, our great friend, Schrodinger's cat. Floor is yours. Thoughts and wrap-ups, buddy.
I'm just always so damn happy to be here. If any of the permanent shills, you know, if anything ever happens to them, maybe under mysterious circumstances, I'm always available to become one of the shills.
Careful, guys. He sounds like he's got a plan.
As far as vibrations affecting the human body, I think every lady amongst us can confirm that that is a fact. Yeah, I like I said, I started out with about 920 subscribers. I expect that I could at least get to 921 if you could all be so kind. Sarcastic Barman, I checked, and I'm already subscribed to you, so I can't help you out, brother.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried. And yeah, I can't wait to come back, and that's about it. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Schrodinger.
Yes,
Schrodinger,
sir.
one sec. Do you say you were on 920 something?
Yeah. Let me double check.
You're now
See
on
where I'm at now.
930. I just had a look to grab your link to drop it in the chat.
Yay.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I got some.
I'm just making sure
Awesome.
all my accounts are sub to you as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
also,
won't,
yeah. If and when I get to 1,000, my plan was to ask you guys if we could have my my victory party on here. Maybe get you guys to roast me.
Absolutely.
awesome.
That would be cool,
Woohoo.
man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Count on it.
That's great. Oh, also, I meant to say, Ilya, I'll see you at church on Sunday, and don't forget
Okay.
that we have the church picnic in 2 weeks' time.
We have a picnic? No.
Uh,
I do
you're
not
bringing
want to
the-
make deviled eggs and potato salad anymore. No.
I got to bring the fried chicken, so I mean, it's the least you could do.
Oh, okay. I'll be there. Fried chicken. You had me at fried chicken. Let's
There
go.
you go.
Deviled eggs at a church function? What kind of church is this?
It is. It is the Church of the Good Lord.
The good Lord Jesus.
Every third
Our
picnic
Lord
at
and
the
Savior.
Latter-day
church
Saints
picnics,
there.
every third Sunday at the church picnic,
Listen.
someone always got food poisoning.
Right. Well, listen. Our parents are forcing us to go because they're best friends. We have to.
Well,
My
maybe
daddy's a
your church
deacon.
should have gotten themselves an organ there, Boole.
Yeah. Well, they did. They installed an organ at my last church while I was there still. It was interesting. A lot of construction.
Dick Cheney had an organ installed. See what I did there?
Yes. That's funny.
Surf
got,
got in with a. Yeah, go for it, Amy.
Oh, thank you. With $2 American, he says, "Does cat taste good roasted?" Maybe with I think it's pineapple. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I live in
China.
Asia.
My screens
I've
are
never had
small,
a
sorry.
roasted cat. I'm telling you,
Cat-
friggin' egg foo young. Sure does taste good.
No, I think it's going to be cat and pineapple pizza. Absolutely. There we go.
Pineapple pizza.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, I think we've got to that point, have we not? Remember, people, when somebody like D Marble pulls up to you in a van and slides that door open, there's only one response you can give them, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Del Cow.
Let's do something.
Oh, and on that note, remember, stupidity can infect the brain, so keep yourself educated and keep yourself safe. It could save your life. We're the Shills. He's Schrodinger's cat, and we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Good
night.